What is going on, guys? My name is Radish, and we're joined by Justy, Keaton, and Higgy. You know who it is on the other side of things. Season 2, Episode 3.
Let's go.
Bringing it live to you on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. Yes, Apple Music.
Don't say Apple, Ron Higgy.
Sorry, Android. Sorry, Google Play. Google Play.
Pair phones only.
Earphones. Zoom.
The
Actually.
iFruit. From the
Today, we are doing one topic, two topics. Are we doing one or?
Let's go
or
with one,
both?
and then we'll see where we're at for time.
Okie dokie. So we're gonna talk about dear high school me. Things. Where was it? Things I wish I could tell my teenage self. Because
Yes.
it's always nice to look back at the past and think about what we've done, how far we've come. Obviously, we can't change the past, but we can change things about the future. But I thought this might be a cute exercise.
Cute.
There you go.
So cute. So cute.
The cutest.
Oh, adorable.
All right. I guess I will start off then.
Yes.
As nominated by this lovely podcast. So, dear high school self, wash your goddamn hair more often. God damn it. Y'all keeping your hair greasy as fuck.
Oh my!
Look at this sweaty ass, hoe ass, bitch. I'm just kidding.
I thought you were.
Without being too cliche.
I was expecting something like so serious. And then
all right, let's dial it back to the serious part. So the cliche part of me wants to be like, yo, you gotta put yourself out there, dude. You ain't gonna get anywhere if you don't put yourself out there. But I'm not gonna go for the cliche way of saying this. So in high school, I was very sheltered, like a hermit crab. Refused to do anything, refused to apply to any scholarships, join any clubs, do any extracurriculars, because your boy Radish used to be very shy, believe it or not. And he had he still has a lot of self-esteem issues, but he had worse self-esteem issues when he was much younger. He told himself that he didn't deserve to be in any clubs, didn't deserve to be any part of friend groups, always sat alone in the cafeteria. His best friends were teachers. And
shout out teachers.
Shout out teachers. Shout out Keaton's burp. 10 out of 10.
Shout out my mom and dad for being teachers.
Nice. So I think the first thing that I would say to dear teenage Radish is just go for it. Just try it out. As Mama said, which is one of the few things that I took away from her parenting, if you do nothing about it, then you will fail 100% of the time. But if you do something about it, there's at least a 50-50 chance that you'll get it.
And there is no try, Master Yoda.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
And that resonated to me throughout my adulthood, really, to just kind of say, you know what, fuck it, just try things out. Because when, because, and this is me talking to teenage Radish, because you set yourself aside, you thought that you couldn't do anything, you thought that you disappoint people, I think you missed out on a lot. But it's okay, because you'll eventually come to experience a lot of things in your adulthood. But if there was the one biggest thing that I would say to my teenage self, it's like, spend less time asking yourself if you're worth it, and just ask yourself, where can I sign up? And then the second thing as well, you're a pretty cool dude on Twitch. You just didn't know that. You will come to learn that you're a pretty cool guy on Twitch. Try it out. Because I used to stream in grade 11 just without a microphone and without a camera. I was very shy. I played
without
City
a game.
Skylines.
He just streamed a black screen, no audio, no game.
It was
Just black screen.
audio visual experiences through the unknown silence. That should be the title of my
Feelings
Black
24/7.
Feelings 24/7 brought to you by Generation Z.
A depiction of my soul 24/7 black screen.
By 1,000 Below.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yo, shout out 1,000 Below real quick. Shout out 1,000 Below.
Shout out 1,000 Below.
The last one.
No, it's more than 999.
But yeah, the second thing that I would probably tell my high school self is like, hey, you know, you're pretty involved in Twitch. Just put yourself out there a little bit more. Try streaming. Try it out. Even though your computer is trash, it's okay. Sometimes it's not about the performance of the game, and it's more just about the personality that you bring. And the final thing is quitting swimming. You will come to regret. You will come to regret quitting swimming. You will come to regret quitting swimming. Trust me. It might seem shitty that you're kind of plateauing and you're not doing well and you're not performing like your 15-year-old self. But trust me, don't quit swimming. Because the perseverance and determination and courage and resilience that you learn from swimming will be one of the most important lessons that you will take away in your adulthood. And it'll make you a much stronger adult, even though you might think that you're just a little weakling. And also, you will become a radish in about 6 years.
There you go.
Very piecemeal, very unplanned, even though that was the topic that I selected for this podcast. But yeah, I never said that I was eloquent.
What's eloquent mean?
Can't spell it.
L-I.
What the fuck?
Oh, wait, no. Wait.
Bro, this dude's spelled liquid.
No, he just said lick with a Q.
just
All he said is
said
L-I-Q. Just lick.
Hey, by the way,
It's the French way of spelling lick.
Anybody listening right now, this man is going to teach the future of the human race.
I meant
he's gonna teach the future of the human race.
I was
Well, good thing
thinking.
he's not
I was
an English
thinking.
teacher.
I was thinking. I am though. I was
I
thinking.
thought you were gonna be a history teacher.
History and language arts.
Oh.
there's definitely an art to your language, Justine. It's not a good one.
I was thinking L, and I said. I was thinking E, and I said L. So. Oh God. It's been a long day, chat. It's been a long day. Chat? Oh my God.
See you later. See you later.
Oh man.
Man. That's tough.
Radish, that was beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. You're
I can just imagine Justy being in class and it's just like, okay, class. He goes, okay, chat. And everyone's like, what?
I just be like, okay, chat, as you.
You're gonna do it. I can guarantee you that you'll do it at least once.
I probably will.
Let me do my impersonation of just you.
Oh,
Give me
okay.
Oh, boy.
30 seconds
Wait, can I
of
do my
time.
impersonation of Radish after?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Instead, can you do the sandwich?
Oh
Hey,
my
don't
God.
worry about
I'll
that.
sand-
I am
I'll sandwich you
sandwich.
between. Yo. We got Keaton in the chat. We got Hagee in the chat. We got Radish in the chat. Let's go. We're gonna be learning some Thomas Jefferson today. We're gonna be talking about. I don't know American history. Sorry, this is not. Which war is this?
Thomas Jefferson, the
Revolutionary.
person that invented
Revolutionary
electricity.
War, we're gonna do a Revolutionary War speed run.
He was the third president, right?
No, third. Yeah.
Yeah, because John Adams was the second,
Sure.
right?
Number
Yeah.
3, my lord. Pick number 3. Pick number 3, my lord. Number
Like
3.
from Monty Python. 1, 2, 5, 3, sir. 3.
Yeah, we got a new history podcast. It's called The Other Side of
The Delaware River.
the other side of the Delaware River.
Shut
Check
up.
it out on YouTube. Yeah, let's get this started, boys. Shall we? Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, and this is my impersonation of Radish.
In person, what?
I'm
Isn't
radish.
It's his impersonant.
Your impersonum.
What
His
the hell was
personage.
that? What the hell is even that?
All right, what are we talking about?
What the dog doing?
What the
Dear high
dog
school
doing?
me.
Oh, dear past me. Who wants to go next? I can go
I'll go
next.
Yeah.
Be my guest.
Okay, here we go. This is actually serious, so. Dear past me. It will become full circle eventually. It will be okay. You are in a relationship right now. It will not work out, but you will see where it takes you. It will make you into a different person because you're actually going to need it. I know that you're not happy with the person you are right now. It may seem happy. You have a girlfriend that you think you're going to be with for the rest of life. You have a good friend. You have good teammates. Only some of that will matter when you leave in the summer of 17. You will have a hard breakup. You will have some family issues. All of that will be full circle. Like I said, everything comes full circle eventually. As for a relationship, you don't need one right away. Find yourself first, because I know you're lost. Take time yourself. You're starting a new life. You have new friends. You're gonna meet a guy named Keaton in about 3 years. He's cool. Trust me. You're gonna meet some other friends online in a few years as well. You'll see what I mean. I will say to pursue that
drops
earlier. I will say to pursue that earlier, but I don't want to lose what I have right now. So just play it out. Also, I am gonna change some things. Learn how to skate, so you don't look like an idiot in 2 years when you decide to join the hockey team for the first time. I know Tinder may seem like a bad place, but it's not too bad. But you don't need it right now. Wait until you're about 20 years old. Keep running. You're gonna regret it down the line. Make sure you're gonna go to a Columbus Blue Jackets game in about 3 years. Stay inside for 2 weeks after you go there. You'll see what I mean. And yeah, don't be a dweeb. Go make some friends in college. Also, you're really hot, so.
Oh, there it is. There's the kicker. Send it home. Send it home. Send it home. Send it home. It's okay to be alone. You don't need it, but you are hot as
You are
fuck.
hot as fuck.
Hopefully, you're talking to the 18-year-old Justy and not a 17-year-old Justy, because things
Yeah,
should get
of
really
course.
meta there.
Of course.
Things should get really meta there.
Of course. But yeah, that's mine.
Wow. Confessions by JG.
That's
there.
great.
I just think
Jake-
it's like
Justin
I don't
Tyler.
know. No, rip that. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of things I wish I would change, but looking back, it's really not, because everything kind of works out in the end. So
Yeah. I agree.
yeah.
I can go
Yo,
next
I'm
if you guys don't mind.
radish.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
I think I
Not
scared
like
him.
I had my.
Did I scare you, radish?
Yeah, you did.
I'm not. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have my headphones pretty loud right now. I could just feel the energy coursing from one side of my brain to the other. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I can go next if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Dear high school Keaton. You're still alive. I know sometimes that you think that you weren't going to, whether it was your own circumstances or something else. You're still here. So pat yourself on the back and don't be too sad about it, because I promise you it's worth it. Pay attention more. Pay attention to what you're doing in your classes. Pay attention to who the people are around you and how you live through things, not by just living in it. Live through it. Learn to enhance and take in your surroundings, because later on you're going to detach. So learn to stay put where you're at. Don't stop running. You'll have puffy nipples. I promise you it's not worth it.
That's what I said.
I know. That's why it just made me laugh. It made me laugh. And even though the doctor says you can't, try and stay fit with cardio, walking, running, whatever. Get in a routine with that. And then speaking of routines, get in a life wellness self-care routine as soon as possible. Keep yourself up to date on everything that's going on with your personal self, because word from the wise, Mr. 5 years down the road, it's going to be worth it. And you know, the last thing I'm going to say is keep your stick on the ice and don't let your meatloaf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Y'all want to hear a fun fact real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So as we know, I ran cross country high school. Keaton ran cross country in high school as well.
I ran cross country in high school.
Me and Keaton went to the same cross country camp.
Yep.
Our senior year, junior year,
It was junior.
and we had no
Yep,
idea.
junior year.
We had
Yep.
no idea.
I was sitting in Adam's chat. Shout out Adam Platinum. I was sitting in his chat before I went to the gym this morning, and one of the guys in his chat lives 20 minutes away from me.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
Closest person I have is Nick. And
Yeah.
he's not even that close.
Yeah, I just think it was funny. So a little story on the sidebar. Me and Keaton.
Let's talk about the team sizes now. So like my team size when I went there was, I think we had 4 guys there. How many did you have, Justin?
We had like 30.
30.
Well, I
30.
graduated with 400 people. So,
I graduated with 30.
Yeah. We just brought Keaton's graduating class.
I graduated with like 523, I think.
Sheesh.
I
Man.
graduated with 130.
But anyways,
that was-
like me and Keaton were talking about like, because we're like, I went to this cross country camp, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I went to one too." And we're just like describing it to each other, and then we slowly just kind of realized we were describing the same exact place.
It clicked at the pool. It clicked at the pool and the
Yeah.
hill. I think when we both
Yeah.
talked about the pool, we were like, wait, was the pool on a little bit of an elevation? Was it right by basketball hoops? Was there a
Right.
giant hill out front? And we were like,
Right.
did we go to the same cross country
Right.
camp?
Yeah, it was in the middle of nowhere, cornfields everywhere.
Look,
Yeah,
it was a church camp that hadn't been kept up at all for the
Yeah.
last 6 years in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere.
What
Yeah.
exactly do you do at a cross country camp?
dude, I legit
You just run?
No. So like we obviously we ran. I think every cross country camp we did 2 days every day. So I think I ran about 80 to 90 miles that week.
Yeah.
Which is a lot if you guys aren't runners out there for like high school level.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of activities for us there, a lot of bonding things. They really wanted to focus on like our goals for like the upcoming season, because usually took part about 2 weeks before like the mandatory practices started initiating. So they wanted to do that, and also there was like they had campfires, they had a lot of bonding things. They had basketball tournament, we had a volleyball tournament as well. So that was really fun. It wasn't just running, it was actually really fun.
Yeah. I think I played more basketball there than I did running, and I ran about 80 miles there
Yeah.
just because I wanted to keep active and stuff. So I just kept challenging people to
Yeah.
one-on-one games at the basketball courts.
And the thing
Of
is,
course,
yeah,
I'm 5'4", so I lost all of them, but it kept me in shape. So
yeah. And the thing is like, yeah, you could say like there was basketball courts on the hill, and there was a pool there, but like we both knew about the moonshine machine in the woods as well.
yep,
So we were like, okay, yeah, we definitely went to the same
yep.
camp. Yeah, and it's like we were there at the same time. We had no idea in like 7 years. Here we are.
Every single time we walked by the teams, because there were teams that weren't any like 15 less, but whatever. But
Yeah,
Jesse's team was always the biggest, and we were always like, "That's our school."
yeah,
They just brought our school to a church camp for cross country.
yeah.
What a
But
flex.
yeah, straight flex.
Yeah, we're a very, very, very weird flex. A
Weird flex,
very
but all
weird
right.
flex.
That
Not
used
something
to
you
be
hear every day.
that used to be a huge flex in high school, though. Hey, like if you have a bigger team, that's like you don't fuck with
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
true.
That's the same way for my school too. Like for our school competitions too. It's like if you've got the biggest team, you've got the biggest genitals. Like
Bingo.
Essentially that.
We always lost.
All right.
It's okay.
Higgy,
my
I think
condolences.
you're
to you.
next, Higgy.
If I'm being honest, I really don't have much to tell my high school self. I really haven't changed that much. I'm exactly where I thought I was gonna be. Like, I really don't have much to tell my high school self.
You did it. You did it, Igith. You did it.
You became the person. Well, I guess you are still the person.
Higgy saw God.
Iggy.
Dude, that will still be one of the like forever funniest gaming moments we've ever had. Like,
To
it
be
can
fair, I
never
think
be
Higgy
replicated.
is. You're 20, right?
Yes, I turned 20 last month, so I'm really
Hmm.
not that far removed from high school either.
Yee, you haven't gone through the back half of university.
No, I'm literally well, I'm halfway through because I'm gonna graduate a semester early.
Yee.
So like I'm halfway through. So
I wish I could graduate. I wish I could graduate full
Oh
stop.
yeah, that's another thing that I want to tell my high school self. Hey, pharmacy, yeah, not a good idea.
Oh, fuck my degrees. Yeah.
Don't
No,
don't don't follow along your current girlfriend's mom's career path because it seems like she makes a lot of money and you think that you can do it because you want to help people. You can help people in other ways. Trust me.
you.
Just trust me.
So you followed this career path because your girlfriend's mom.
She helped convince me, yes. But
Okay.
also seeing that she was making probably a decent amount, one and a half over six figures. Yeah, yeah. I was like,
Uh,
you know what? I can do that. I can't
money.
now, but
goes to school, comes out with a job at Purdue Pharma.
Jesus. Jesus.
Mm.
Yeah, my whole goal to help people would go right down the drain there.
It's the Purdue Pharma.
In that
Mr.
case,
Purdue Pharma.
well,
Here's
if
Wonderwall.
if you hmm.
Indeed.
Let me ask you boys this then. Is the degree I'm assuming well, is the degree that you have taken or you are taking the degree that had seen well that you see yourself in a career in, and if not,
Yes and
what
no.
degree would you have probably taken in lieu of the one that you have now?
Well, I mean, for me, like I can't really get a sports degree. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, you can get a degree that has something to do with sports,
He can run. Give him on a roll.
like sports, like sports med or something.
Well, there's
But I mean,
also
like
like sports
you
So
literally.
like management.
hypothetically, if there was ever a degree for
Oh
well,
yeah, I'd probably do that. But I mean, like yes and no, because it's one of those things where it's like I'm not as like crazy into an acting career as I was. It's still something I want to do, but it's not like my number one. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And my biggest thing with that was me and Borky were gonna talk about this on his podcast, but then he had to leave. But um, my biggest hold up with that is because like getting tattoos as an actor, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just it might affect the roles you can get, especially starting out. Because like obviously dudes like um I don't know, freaking The Rock, for example, he like you can tell it's like a heritage like thing, like it's a cultural thing. But if it's someone
Mhm.
like Johnny Depp or whatever, so say he wasn't as big as he is, dude's got tons of tattoos. So say he wasn't like an A-list celebrity, he would be kind of dejected into getting certain roles just because it's like he has those tattoos. So like obviously if you're wearing like if you're in a movie and you're wearing a suit or something, like it's not that big of a deal. But it's like if you're kind of small and you have a bunch of tattoos, people aren't gonna want to take extra time to sit in a chair and cover your tattoos with makeup if they have
Right.
to. So
Yep.
say I'm doing like um I don't know, say I get a role as like a high school athlete and he's a swimmer. Like I'm gonna have my shirt off a decent bit because I'm swimming.
Wear a
So they'd
swim
have to
shirt.
cover it. Yeah, but like in competitive swimming, you don't really wear a shirt.
Like I'm talking
Yes.
like the Shark Boy vest. Wear the
Yeah.
Shark Boy vest.
But that's what I'm saying. So like that's my only real like hesitation with it is because I really want tattoos, but
Mhm.
like I just don't want to subject myself to something. So for me, my thing is really just kind of like if I can. So to answer your question, Radish, yes, like, but it'd be like obviously my biggest thing is I can always do like music, video games, streaming and stuff like on the side. Like I don't have to go on tour and play shows to, do music.
Right.
But so like say if I don't play rugby at the next level, like if I don't go to some club somewhere or play in the MLR or whatever it may be, if I don't, then I'll probably hold off on tattoos for a while and try to like really focus in on acting, try to get that going. But if I do play pro, then I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, well at least I can play this for a little bit, and then on the back end, maybe I can use whatever notoriety I gain, or not notoriety, but like any sort of recognition I gain from the sport to kind of progress into something else, so people kind of know my name a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? So I might get a couple more tattoos if I play rugby, but that's kind of my big thing. Not that the tattoos have anything to do with my job choice.
Good
And they
man.
kind of do and they kind of don't. But like that's kind of
Hey,
like my long-winded extended answer with accessories to your question, Reddish.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Good answer. Um, what about you, Justy? Are you satisfied with your degree? And if you could like roll back time and choose another degree, would you? And what degree would you have taken?
Here's the thing. I already chose a different degree. Like I was an athletic training major for the first year and a half of college.
Okay.
I didn't really like it was like cool and all, but like it wasn't for me. I mean, it just felt like
It was
late nights
just
traveling with the team and just always being on edge about who's gonna get hurt. I don't know.
more so something you found interesting rather than something you'd like really do.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
always kind of knew I was gonna become a teacher, But like honestly, if there's a degree for Twitch streaming, obviously I would want to do that. That's my dream job is become a full time Twitch streamer. But realistically, I can,
Yeah.
teaching
And
is,
also to add on to my question real quick, not to completely steal the floor for this question, but just to clarify for the listeners or viewers if you're on YouTube, um, my major is theatrical performance, but I'm getting a minor in film studies with a film production certificate. So they kind of go hand in hand in a way, but it's basically I'm going to college for just like the film industry in general, like
Right.
performance and entertainment. So
Fair enough.
just so people actually know what I was talking about, if they were just to clear up any confusion.
Fair enough. Good stuff. Keaton.
So I took the same route that Justy did. I switched out of pharmacy my first semester. Completely failed out of it. Had a 1.95 GPA. Was on academic probation. And I knew that numbers were really was my strong suit. So I switched over to accounting, and thank goodness the business college took me in. And I graduated with my degree in accounting. But if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't have gone to college. Not gonna lie to you. I would have skipped the process. Um, I couldn't join the military like I originally intended on doing because of surgeries and things that were stopping me from getting there. Eyesight, knees, of course, some other things going on there. Actually, my goal before I even wanted to go to college was to be a semi truck driver. I wanted to get my CDL and I wanted to
That's what my
drive for
brother used
Walmart.
to do. Not for
Um,
Walmart, but my brother used to drive trucks.
and I wanted to do that. I love being on the road. Um, at the time, I was really good on being on my own. So being on the road all the time would really, really help out. And I knew that they made decent amount of money, but it's a detaching sort of job, and that's kind of what I needed at the time. But instead, I went to college, which was the most non-detaching place that you can go, really, uh, if you're really thinking about it. But yeah, 100%. If I would have been able to do it all over, wouldn't have gone to college. Would have gone straight into CDL. Of course, I'm happy where I'm at, working at the job that I'm in, and I'm very thankful for where I'm at right now. But if I had the opportunity to switch it over again, I would go to CDL. But the things that I learned in college and the people who I met in college, I wish I could meet them. I wish I could have met them while I was truck driving if all of this were to switch around. Because I wouldn't have met my girlfriend. I wouldn't have met Justin. I wouldn't have met you guys. Maybe somewhere, some way, I would have been able to meet you guys. But I wouldn't have done it in the way that I did. So, do I have regrets on my decision to go to college? Academic wise, yes. Socially, hell no.
Fair
Bingo.
enough.
And mine's
Good
kind
answer.
of a toss up though, and like in terms of wanting to go, because I never wanted to go to college in the first place. My parents pretty much made me go. Um,
Bingo.
but like if I were to have, I mean, obviously, like I've only done 4 semesters of college, and half of college has been online. But like, if I were to have like a future seeing glass, so kind of looking back into the high school self thing a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
if I were to see like exactly how my college experience would have played out, the only thing that would give me pause of like going would be the rugby team. Because obviously I can go play rugby somewhere else, but it's just like this specific experience that I've had so far, and like, being the club president, and like it's the one thing that makes me feel connected to the school, even though I work at the Student Onion. Like, it, I don't know. It's just like it makes me feel like, I don't know, like I represent something rather than just being like, oh, I play for the Charlotte Men's Club. It's like, no, I play for the school team kind of thing. Like, I don't know.
Right.
But like, so like if I wasn't an athlete, like hell no, I wouldn't have gone to college. Like it would have been a complete waste for me. So
Fair enough. Good answer. Uh I mean, I think it's more recently I've kind of been having this dilemma of figuring out if I fit, like if I had wanted to continue with the degree that I'm in. So for those of you who don't know, I'm in urban and regional planning. The official title is planning because it's more than just urban and regional planning, but my degree is basically that.
it's your focus, like your
It's
what's
an
it called?
environmental studies bachelor with a with honors planning. So
Okay.
yeah. Um, I think at the time when I chose it, I was very much allured to the idea of building cities, doing transportation stuff. Um, those are mainly the two things that drew me to my degree the most. But then I think I had wanted to go into computer science, but the way that they had introduced it to me when I was touring the university, it didn't seem like that much fun because it's basically you're going to be working your ass off for like 30 or 40 or more hours a week, both in your studies and when you're in co-op. So that drew me out of computer science and into planning. But I think if I gave myself a chance and I really just explored it more, I probably would have gone into video game design, more specifically, either level design or character design. So, or I guess like a variety of other things too. Like I might go into like writing as well. Or
You should definitely take a creative writing class.
Yeah. But I think I definitely, if I could do it again, I wouldn't deny myself from the artistic side of things because I think it's always been there. It's just that I didn't give it enough time to grow. Um, so I went into planning. I'm like in my fourth year, going into my fifth year. I'm almost done. And I'm kind of like, what the fuck did I just do in the past 4 years of my life? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it. Like I do love some parts of planning, like, cause in planning you get to talk to a lot of communities. You get to know a lot more about the communities that you're working with, but also communities that you're living in depending on where you decide to work. It gives you the opportunity to make very important decisions but come to very necessary compromises between conflicting groups with conflicting interests when it comes to deciding how they want their future city to be for the next generation. So for that, I really enjoyed that. And sometimes like I do want to stay in planning, but I feel like my skills and my interests align better with art and video game design and or programming than it is to do planning, design, planning, like bylaws, legislation, bureaucracy, talking to governments, etc., doing
May I
consulting work.
make a suggestion for you, Reddish?
Yes.
You can, I mean, I'm sure you've heard of it, but there's a website called Skillshare. And I had my doubts about it. I don't use it, but I've always thought it's like, oh, it's one of those kind of gimmicky, like, oh, look at this, we can teach you everything. But I've actually heard a lot of really good things on it, and there's like a lot of courses and stuff. So you can literally pay strictly just for like some programming courses and all that kind of stuff, and you can literally choose exactly what you want to learn, and
Yeah.
then someone will teach you.
True.
Whether it be live, you can get courses or whatever it is, or you can just look on YouTube. Like my brother, he was computer science, and he did um software and systems and stuff with like coding and that kind of thing. So basically, just kind of like writing programs and all that kind of stuff is kind of like what he went to school for. Now he works for a mortgage company, makes more than both my
Okay.
parents. But dude literally gets paid more than both of my parents and plays World of Warcraft on the clock. Like that's how easy his job is. But that's beside the point. But like he literally was like, dude, like when he graduated, he was like, I could literally have learned every single thing that I learned in school, if not more, strictly just by watching YouTube videos. So like if you really want to explore that, then like I'll even kind of do some research on my own and point you in the right like help point you in the right direction. But like YouTube and the internet, bro, can teach you so much. Like you don't have to go
True.
to school for that.
Yeah. I feel like the important lesson here. Well, we're at half an hour, aren't we? We're at half an
40
hour.
minutes. We gotta wrap it up
40
because
minutes.
the ravioli
All right.
is ready.
His
Yeah.
raviolis in the dinner, guys.
Yeah.
There's raviolis in the dinner, people.
Yeah, I think like I mean, I feel like the lesson here is like if you put your time into it and you put your like you put the work into it, anything can happen. Like anything can be your career. If not your career, it can be as close to what you want it to be. Because for instance, if you want to go into athletics, if you want to Twitch, if you want to go into accounting, if you want to go into truck driving, for instance, like it's more about the amount of effort that you are willing to put in to make it work more so than the nature of the job itself or what it gives back. That matters, at least to the self. So I feel like if there's any if there's a radishes takeaway corner, which might be a new thing, I don't know, I will pitch it to the group. Is put your head into the game, as they say in High School Musical.
Get your head in the game.
Sorry, get your head in the
get your head in the game.
yeah. But yeah,
Alrighty.
but
Well.
yes, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. You can find us again on YouTube, on Spotify, on Hair Music, and on Google Play.
There you go.
And yeah, feel free to subscribe to us to know when we will publish our next podcast next. And
Subscribe to us right now, or I'll hold your tortoise hostage.
mhm. Just to clarify, this
$12
podcast,
ransom.
to clarify, this podcast is not sponsored by Skillshare, but you have Higgy's endorsement to check it out. I will check it out.
This
And-
is sponsored by PETA, though. So, well, there goes our sponsorship. Thanks, Higgy.
Try telling that to Grogu.
So Higgy's gonna take either a $12 ransom or 12 McChickens at his door within 24 hours.
Yes,
Hur-
no later
hurry.
and no earlier.
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Reverse salutations.